Drives. The instinctive drives.
Lean in, traveler. Not every tale in this chronicle ends in triumph. Sometimes, the ink runs dry and the vision fades into the shadows of misunderstanding. Turn your eyes to this page, the tale of missed connections. Here, we see a different kind of leader, a man of great enthusiasm, brimming with big ideas and the speed of a lightning bolt. He believes that vision alone is enough to move the world. But look at his audience. They are not moved by speed. They are anchored by the need for truth. They are the high verify souls, those who know that a bridge built only on excitement will surely collapse under the weight of reality. See the friction? It is a dance of two different worlds. The leader cries, "Trust me, it is a game changer," while the team whispers, "Show us the plan." He offers abstractions, and they demand substance. It is a tragedy of languages. He speaks the tongue of the future, while they speak the tongue of the foundation. Watch how the light leaves the room. The token effort of data, the desperate abstractions, it is all in the end a total communication breakdown. The leader cannot see that his lack of structure is not agility, but a barrier to their trust. And so the inevitable happens. The team departs. They do not leave out of malice, but out of necessity. They need the solid ground of verification, and he cannot provide it. Look at the final panel. There he sits, the lone remainder. He is left with his best idea ever, yet he is utterly alone. He asks, what just happened? He is blind to the truth that a visionary who ignores the need for structure is merely a traveler walking off a cliff, convinced he is flying. Remember this, seeker. To lead is not just to see the destination, but to build the road so that others may walk it with you. Without the map, the vision is but a ghost. Let us hope that after learning about the instinctive drives, you never find yourself sitting in that empty chair. The story does not end there, and you have chosen to look upon the most foundational of all pages, the treatise on the 4 instinctive drives of the soul. This is not merely a list, traveler. It is the map of the human heart, mind, core, and drive. To understand these is to understand why men build, why they doubt, why they bond, and why some dance with chaos and others do not. Hearken closely, for these are the gears that turn the machine of our nature. First, look to the verified drive. See the scholar with his lens? This is the drive for truth and logic. Those who possess it in high measure are the architects of certainty. They will not move until the foundation is proven. But those with low verify, they are the trusting souls, the ones who leap into the abyss or darkness before they look, for they value the journey more than the evidence. Next, the complete drive. See the mason laying his stone? This is the drive for the finish. The high complete soul is meticulous, a crafter of perfection who cannot rest until the plan is polished. But the low complete soul is the artist of the broad stroke. They crave the start, the momentum, the thrill of the new, leaving the tedious details to others. They shift gears in mid-air and adjust without giving it more thought. Now, may I ask you to turn your eyes to the bottom of the page. Here we find the authenticate drive. This is the spirit of the bond. The high authenticate is the knight bound by honor and principle, slow to trust but unshakable once the bond is forged. The low authenticate is the pragmatist, flexible, transactional, always looking for the next opportunity. Neither is wrong, but they walk different paths. Finally, we have the improvised drive. Look at the jester with his torches. This is the spirit of the moment. The high improvise thrives in the storm. They are the quick-thinking navigators of chaos. But the low improvise, they are the planners, the ones who find peace only when the map is clear and the surprises and risks are kept at bay. You see, traveler, these are not good or bad traits. They just are. They are simply the colors of our internal tapestry. A team of only builders could innovate. A team of only improvisers would be able to also finish. But will they all feel at their best? The wisdom is not in choosing or being one over the other, but in recognizing which drive leads your own soul and which drive guides the person standing next to you. When you know this, the friction of life becomes the rhythm of progress. Study this well. It is the key to mastering your own nature. And you remain at our side. You have returned to the very beginning of the treatise, to dig deep in each one of them. We speak now of the first gear in the mechanism of the soul, the verify drive. It is the impulse that asks, is this true? And how do I know? Look upon the left side of the page. Here, we find the high verify. See the scholar bent low over his scrolls, his magnifying glass held steady? He is the guardian of the foundation. To him, truth is not a feeling. It is a weight to be measured on the scales. He will not accept a tale, no matter how grand, until he has cross-referenced the primary sources, checked the ink, and verified the seal. He is the one who pauses the march to ensure the bridge ahead will hold. He might seem slow, yes, but he is certain. He is the anchor that keeps the ship from drifting into the fog of error. Now, shift your gaze to the right. Here, we see the low verify, the entrepreneur standing before the map, his hand outstretched in invitation. He does not need to count every grain of sand to know the desert is vast. He trusts his gut, the pulse of the market, the intuition that whispers of opportunity before the data has even been gathered. He is the wind in the sails. He is comfortable in the uncertainty, for he knows that if he waits for perfect proof, the moment will have passed him by. Do you see the tension, seeker? The high verify soul fears the mistake, while the low verify soul fears the missed opportunity. Be careful. If your drive is the high verify, you could be paralyzed by the endless search for perfection, never taking the first step. But if you have only the low verify, you may run headlong into a storm, blind to the dangers that lie beneath the surface of your grand ideas. The wisdom is not to one over the other, but to know which voice is speaking within you. When you are about to leap, listen for the scholar who asks for proof. When you are stuck in the mud of doubt, listen for the entrepreneur who sees the horizon. Truth is a vast country, traveler. It requires both the mapmaker who verifies the path and the explorer who dares to walk it. You have reached the chapter of the heart, the treatise on the Instinctive Drive. This is the measure of how we bind ourselves to others. It is the story of the oath, the handshake, and the nature of the promises we keep. Look to the left side of the page. Here, we see the high authenticate. See the figures gathered around the table? They are not merely trading. They are forging an alliance. To the high authenticate soul, a connection is a sacred thing. They are the keepers of the long term, the ones who spend years testing the character of a companion before they ever offer their hand. They value the truth of the person above the utility of the transaction. They are the diplomats who build peace that lasts for generations, for they know that trust is a garden that must be watered with integrity and time. They are slow to bond, yes, but once they have given their word, it is written in stone. Now, cast your eyes to the right. Here, we find the low authenticate, the spirit of the marketplace. See the figures in the bustling bazaar. They are quick to engage, quick to shake hands, and quick to move on to the next opportunity. To them, a connection is a tool, a means to an end, as fluid as the tides. They are the pragmatists. They do not seek a lifelong bond. They seek the right team and resource for the right moment. They are masters of the pivot, shifting their allegiances as the winds of fortune change. They value efficiency and the thrill of the new, finding beauty in the agility of their dealings. Do you see the dance, seeker? The high authenticate finds their strength in the depth of their roots, while the low authenticate finds their power in the breadth of their reach. The high authenticate fears the betrayal of a hollow promise, while the low authenticate fears the stagnation of a rigid, unchanging circle. Neither is the better way. The world needs the diplomat to secure the future, and it needs the merchant to fuel the present. The wisdom lies in knowing your own. Do you seek the comfort of the enduring oath or the freedom of the open market? Choose your path, but remember, a bond is only as strong as the intent behind it. We turn now to a page that defines the very shape of our labor, the complete drive. This is the tale of two spirits, the one who builds the monument and the one who paints the dawn. On your left, at the high complete, the finisher. See the master mason? He is a man of quiet, steady resolve. To him, the work is not done until the last grain of dust is planned and swept away and the stone is perfectly set. He is the guardian of quality, the one who finds peace in the steady path and enclosure. He does not fear the slow pace. He fears the loose end and the unexpected. He knows that a structure built in haste is a structure destined to crumble. He is the steady hand that ensures the cathedral stands for 1,000 years. Now turn to the right, to the low complete, the initiator. See the artist at his easel? He is a storm of motion. He does not seek to see a finished canvas to be able to start. He seeks to capture the lightning of 5 ideas before the sun sets. He is the spark, the one who values the broad stroke over the fine detail. He thrives on the momentum of the beginning, the thrill of the blank page, and the joy of the first impression. He is the one who breathes life into the void, ensuring that the world is never stagnant. Do you see the tension? The finisher worries that the initiator will leave a trail of half-done dreams. The initiator worries that the finisher will stifle the light of progress with his obsession for planned perfection. But listen well, the world is a canvas where both exist. Without the initiator, we would have no new visions to build. Without the finisher, those visions would remain forever as sketches, never touching the earth. The wisdom is not to be one or the other, but to know the rhythm of your own soul. When you feel the urge to start, ask yourself if you have the patience to finish. When you feel the weight of the detail, ask yourself if you have the courage to begin. The work is a dance between the spark and the stone. Learn to balance them, and you shall create wonders that endure. Let the lessons settle in your bones. We arrive at the final mystery of the soul's architecture, the improvised drive. This is the tale of how we face the unknown, whether we dance with the storm or build a fortress against it. Look to the left, to the high improvise, the master of flux. See the minstrel in the court? The king has demanded a song he has never practiced, and the room is hushed with expectation. Does he tremble? No. He draws upon the vast, swirling river of his own experience, weaving melody and word in the heat of the moment. He does not fear the unexpected. He welcomes it as a partner. He is the master of the pivot, the one who finds the hidden path when the road ahead is washed away. To him, chaos is not a threat. It is a canvas upon which he paints his ingenuity. Now turn your gaze to the right, to the low improvise, the disciple of order. See the cartographer at his desk? He is surrounded by the wisdom of the ages, by charts and protocols that have stood the test of time. When a sailor brings him a rough, untested sketch of a new land, he does not leap to believe it. He demands the official expedition, the structured verification, the safety of the known path. He is the guardian of stability. He knows that if we abandon the map every time a stranger whispers of a new shore, we shall surely lose our way. He finds his peace in the predictable, in the calm of the planned life. Do you see the truth, traveler? The master of flux fears the cage of a rigid plan, while the disciple of order fears the danger of the unmapped wilderness. But listen well, a world of only improvisers would be a world of constant dizzying change where nothing is ever truly built. A world of only order would be a world of stagnation, where the spirit of discovery is smothered by the weight of the past. The wisdom is not to ignore one or the other, but to know what calls you. The wisdom of the minstrel's song, or the wisdom of the cartographer's map. When the storm breaks, we need the master of flux. When the foundation must be laid, we need the disciple of order. The journey of life is a path between the known and the unknown. Walk it with eyes wide open, and you shall never truly be lost. Sit closer now. Let the fire warm your hands and listen closely. Lastly, we turn to the Chronicles of the Messenger, a tale of how a great vision is forged, not in the silence of one mind, but in the fires of many. Look here. At the beginning, the messenger brings a vision, radical and bold. But see the faces of the others? They are clouded with doubt. They ask for the immediate data, for the cold, hard proof of the path forward. It is a natural thing to fear the unknown, but observe how the messenger, knowing the drives, responds. He does not shut them out. He offers connection. He shows them that the metrics of old, the shallow numbers, are not enough. He teaches them that true success is measured by the strength of the bond between the people doing the work. Now, turn your eyes to the right side of the page. See the shift? The messenger takes them to the board. He draws the bridge, the connection between the how and the why. He satisfies their instinctive drive needs for process, but he feeds their need for authenticity. Watch as the skepticism begins to melt away. The elders, the doubters, they begin to see. They realize that the vision is not a burden, but a shared path. They move from "I need proof" to "I am now confident in our direction." And finally, look at the end. The team does not just walk away. They depart energized. They are no longer a collection of individuals, but a single pulsing heart of progress. Remember this, my seeker, my traveler, my driver. A vision without trust is merely a dream, but a vision anchored in thoroughness, tempered by patience, and built upon deep connection. That is how you move mountains. Let that truth settle in your mind. You have journeyed through the pages of the soul, traveler. You have seen the scholar's lens of verification, the knight's oath of authentication, the mason's steady hand of completion, and the jester's quicksilver improvisation. Now, listen to the final lesson, for it is the secret that binds these four drives into a single, living truth. Imagine a village that sought to build a bridge across a great, roaring chasm, a chasm that had long kept them apart from their neighbors. First came the verify souls. They did not rush to build. They measured the depth, tested the strength of the stone, and calculated the force of the wind. They gave the project its truth. Then came the authenticate souls. They looked into the eyes of every worker, ensuring that the bond between them was not built on gold, but on honor and shared purpose. They gave the project its heart. Then came the complete souls. They were the ones who stayed until the last bolt was tightened and the last stone was polished, refusing to leave a job half done. They gave the project its structure, and when the storms came, when the river rose and the supplies ran thin, it was the improvised souls who stood on the edge of the abyss. They found new ways to anchor the cables, turning the chaos of the storm into a dance of ingenuity. They gave the project its life. Without the verified drive, the bridge would have collapsed. Without the authenticate drive, the workers would have turned on one another. Without the complete drive, the bridge would have been a ruin. And without the improvised drive, the bridge would never have been finished at all. You see, Seeker, you are not just one of these things. You are the village. You are the bridge. You are the chasm. And you are the builder. When you harmonize these 4 drives within yourself and others, when you seek the truth, honor your bonds, finish what you start, and dance with the unexpected, you become a force that can cross any chasm this life places before you. The fire burns low and the path ahead is yours to walk. Go now, practice what you have learned and build your bridge. The end.
Some verify use, some authenticate avoid, others complete use, others improvise avoid. I'm a leader, I know what I'm a leader. I know my drives, We use our drives, we know their drives. We lead with the drives in mind.